This is Global Missing Persons Alert. Interpol Yellow Notice number 21-22733. And this is October 8th, 2025. It's got to be sometime after 5 p.m. The purpose of this video is in retaliation against CIA Macomb County Corporate Counsel, Department of Homeland Security, Department of War, and United States Army private corporate military contracted KMG Prestige. Okay, this is my second time starting this video because in all their real-time DARPA satellite fear and paranoia, they just closed the last video when I started showing the hidden railroad tracks. So, we are at the Tech Center Spy Nest. Tech Center Spy Nest. Right here at 12 Mile and Vandyke in Warren, Michigan, USA. See, there's those fluorescent green vests that they wear, all paranoid and stuff like. See? Okay, now let's give them a reason to be paranoid. These are the hidden railroad tracks. Do you see these hidden railroad tracks right here? They start over there. See, that's all the Walmart people getting paranoid, folks. He's got his fluorescent vest on. Alright, these are the hidden railroad tracks that they're so paranoid of that I've been talking about. And they go right up here, the back of the Walmart, in which Homeland's Walmart is specifically designed to convert into a drop-down processing center for kidnapped, trafficked victims in America's targeting, kidnapping, trafficking, murder, and terrorist operations. So when they ever get that notice at the drop of a hat to convert, then the drop-down bars come down. Okay, and they already got the pharmacy ready and going there. Okay, I'm sure it's stocked probably with enough weaponized vaccines. And if it's not, they'll get it stocked in preparation for the operation. So, that's why I'm not allowed in a Walmart anywhere in the world after one of their Iggers lives that don't matter contracted role-playing security guards at 12 Mile and Gratiot Walmart Superstore physically attacked me with her jealous, envious, obsessed, self-hating, racist self who can't stand the color of the skin that God cursed her with. So she body slammed me in response to my official doctor-prescribed face mask exemption when me and Lori Manley were there September 2nd, 2020. And you know, there's a whole big story to that, and it's funny as fuck, and I'm going to save it, and I'm going to exploit it to make the biggest fucking fools out of these dumb Homeland agents of America. Okay, we're going to save that for the next video. But as a result, I'm not allowed in Walmart anywhere in the world, and the City of Roseville District Attorney and the Roseville PD committed a crime of kidnapping, trafficking, murder, and terrorism when they obstructed justice to conceal and protect the crimes of kidnapping, trafficking, murder, and terrorism that happened at that Walmart Superstore at 12 Mile and Gratiot on September 2nd, 2020, when they tried to threaten and intimidate me and Laura Manley and tried to force us to sign an agreement agreeing that we will never, ever, ever go into a Walmart anywhere in the world again because they're paranoid and they should be paranoid. Okay? So, it ain't over. I'm going after that fucking Roseville DA, and I'm going after I'm going after the whole entire Roseville PD. Okay? And the whole fucking Roseville PD and the whole fucking Macomb County and the whole goddamn United States of America is going to pay for the city of Roseville and the Roseville PD and Homeland Walmart's crimes of terrorism, which they never ever had the power or the protection necessary to commit against me. And these bitch-ass swine-eating pigs of America are gonna know it. Now, again, because they got people out here watching me. They got the Walmart people watching me. They're paranoid, okay? And this makes them really paranoid. These are the hidden railroad tracks. Check the Walmart near you for hidden railroad tracks and see if they have them there, okay? Chances are, because of Walmart, Homeland Security, Walmart's role in America's kidnapping, trafficking, murdering terrorist operations, they probably do. And so that is for the same reason why all these people are going missing. Tony Schwartz, CIA, Department of Defense, now Department of War. He's also CIA-operated Cult of Scientology and contracted with Cave Radio. Tony Schwartz has some role-playing psyops on YouTube that go back about 7 years, maybe 2017, 2018, where he, the Department of Defense, kidnapping, human trafficking terrorists who put the explosives in my apartment on September 14th, 2018. Okay, that's what he does. He drives that white human trafficking van around the Walmart parking lot, kidnapping and trafficking unsuspecting vulnerable victims. And then he sits and he does role player and truther videos, okay, while he tells you what he's doing to you, like these Satanists have to do. They have to tell you they're going to violate your free will and they're going to kidnap, traffic, and murder you and make you a victim of terrorism before they do, to give you the chance to own your own natural-born, God-given free will, in which most Americans don't. And then if they do, they don't honor that, because they're ignorant, arrogant, narcissistic motherfuckers. And because they're Americans and can do anything they want to anybody, they don't have to honor it, right? Okay, that's what this means. They have license plate readers and they have facial recognition. Now, why do they need facial recognition and license plate readers for people who are going grocery shopping? Probably the same reason they need those hidden railroad tracks over there. That's why Homeland needs it. So, and they got a lot of these Homeland agents walk. See, that's that they just start covering their face and stuff. They got a lot of them driving around here, paranoid. But that's why Homeland's Walmart has hidden railroad tracks. That's why they got license plate readers. And that's why they got facial recognition. Because of people like Tony Schwartz, CIA, Department of Defense, now Department of War, also with CIA-operated Cult of Scientology, contracted with Cave Radio, kidnapping people out of the parking lot while he then does his role-playing psyop videos. We got another one in the vest right there. We what do they call that? When you rile up a hornet's nest? Yeah, we riled up the spy nest, okay? Probably next we'll start seeing the cops riding through here. Let's watch for that to happen. Oh, shoot. Did I just lose my bus tickets again? No. So much shit I gotta carry out here. Which is why, well, if I put this in there, then I can't film the people. The fucking people who were trying to fucking set up as the kidnapping, trafficking, murdering terrorists who get recruited into a FEMA contracted terrorist role-playing operation to follow me. Now I should go over here. Okay, since I'm not going to, I've decided I'm not getting the new phones till next month. Okay? This Igor whose life doesn't matter, okay? The black life that does not matter over at 700 East 10 Mile Road, Centerline, Michigan, USA, CIA, Macomb County Corporate Council, United States Army, private corporate military contracted, KMG Prestige, the big old fat ignorant monkey face, musty ass, greasy ass stank who went into my, who committed a crime and went into my Metro PCS account on Department of Defense Metro PCS's end on the inside and changed my email address to their own at kmgprestige.com. You know, they removed my email address from my account, done from the inside, because that's who Metro PCS is. They are United States Department of Defense. So, this big old fat fucking 350-pound body bag of bovine growth hormone with a big old monkey face on top of it, okay? Musty baby diaper, dirty baby diaper, stinking ass, greasy ass, dripping orangutan, okay? She turned my mobile data on again today, okay? After what I did to that fucking bitch yesterday, okay? That bitch didn't turn it on all day long. That bitch turned it on again today, okay? While these dumb niggers whose lives don't matter have been following me all the way down to the cell phone store with their crimes of terrorism and all the way back. They've canceled the bus on me today, okay? And then I get into the cell phone store, okay? Oh my God, wouldn't you know, it's a bunch of Babylonians there. A bunch of fucking Babylonian criminals. A bunch of CIA, Homeland contracted, dirty, trifling, thieving, stealing Babylonians. We in America call themselves Chaldeans, okay? They're Babylonians. They're not Arabs. And not to be confused with Arabs. Okay, they don't have a drop of Arab blood in their body. I know when they want to try to impress Americans and pretend like they're something that they're not and more important than they are. Okay, then they all of a sudden they start playing the Arab role and pretending like they're the Arabs that they're not. They're not. They're Babylonians. And they're every bit as wicked, trifling, disgusted, and deceiving, and lying, cheating, thieving, and stealing as they were under King Nimrod and back in the days of the Tower of Babel. Ain't nothing changed. Now watch this one. I'm surprised she didn't just run me over. They usually do. They usually just run me over and I have the option to either stop or sometimes jump all the way back and hit the fucking curb. I wasn't going to do either one. I was going to let that Igor stank run me over just for fun. That's what was going to happen today if she didn't stop. She was just going to have to run me over because I'm not stopping for these Igors anymore. These Igors will get no more respect or credibility that they don't deserve out of me. And that's what they've gotten so far up until this point. They have been given respect and credibility that they never fucking deserved. While I hold my breath and I fucking gag and I swallow mouthfuls of puke that I vomit up in my own mouth while I stand there with a fake fucking smile on my face and give them credibility and respect that they don't deserve. Okay, that's done. That's done. They will not be getting any more respect or credibility because they don't deserve it. And that is going to be the case for every American. And as long as I'm out here walking free with a cell phone and or a body cam, nobody is safe because you're all recruited and contracted role players. And I am on a mission to expose and exploit you as such. Take a good look, folks, because they're everywhere. So we know who they are. this time? Oh, she's one of them. She works at Applebee's. She's a waitress at Applebee's. She lives in the trailer park. Okay, she's the one with no bottom teeth. I'm going to get her face because she's one of them. That's why they hide like that. They hide their faces. See, he's decided he ain't taking the bus because now the bus is down there, it's coming. That's what the FEMA role players do. That's what the FEMA role players do. Homeland's FEMA contracted role players. They stand here at this bus stop and all these other bus stops, and they litter the environment and the ecosystem with their existence while they contaminate the air that everybody else has to breathe. And then when the bus comes, they walk away. They don't get on it because they're not supposed to get on it because they're Homeland FEMA contracted role players. Now watch when we get on the bus. Watch at all the ski masks that will start getting pulled down on a bright, warm, sunny day. Watch all the muzzled mask minions that will all of a sudden start worrying about the bio-COVID warfare operation and start putting on their muzzled minion mask. Watch them as they start sliding in their coats, trying to melt and disappear in their own skin. Okay, watch, because they're role players. They're FEMA contracted role players. Oh, that's okay.
Sorry, sweetheart. Please take transfer. Thank you, sweetheart.
Oh, there's $1 left in the machine.
Did it stick back out? I'm sorry. You want me to check out this? Thank you. Please show ID.
Thank you. I didn't get profiled for being the wrong color this time. Usually I do. Usually I get profiled for having a white face, and they make me show the ID that they don't make everybody else show. It's called racism in America. And it's real. And if you have a white face, you know that.
Crime scene. Farnham. Vandyke and 11 Mile Road. Stop requested.
Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm going down to Bank of America at 10 Mile in Vandyke. And I'm going to put the $82 in there to pay the bill. And I've decided I'm not taking the new devices until next month. And the reason is because I'm having too much fun with U.S. Army private corporate military contracted KMG Prestige. I'm having too much fun humiliating Americans at the expense of their own families and their own children in response to their war crimes against me. I'm really, really enjoying their efforts of trying to keep the trafficked hostage isolated and cut off from the outside world while they trip over their own 2 feet, still trying to kill me with the power and the protection that dumb America doesn't have. So rather than take the 2 new devices yet, I'm going to hold off on that. Because we got down there, okay, the Metro store is converting into the total singular or total wireless store. And I don't know if I've mentioned this yet or not, but I don't know if I mentioned this yet or not. But I had decided I wasn't going with the total wireless, and the reason why is because I've made so much progress and I came such a long way in destroying so many lives of Macomb County Corporate Council, Homeland Security, Department of Defense, and U.S. Army private corporate military contracted KMG Prestige that, I got 3 years into destroying their lives and their children's lives and their families' lives. And I would hate for that to go to waste now. See, is this where I want to go? Yeah. So I would hate for that to go to waste now. Okay, so I got these ignorant bitches of KMG Prestige while I got them on a leash jumping like monkeys and barking like the dog bitches that they are. While they sit here and they jump like a monkey and they bark like the dog bitch that they are. After finally 12 hours of waiting, I'll decide to power up my fucking device, okay? And then I make these circle jerks sit and spin, okay? And I make them swallow every last drop, too. These circle jerk bitches swallow every last drop, and then they get bitch slapped with my ball sack when they get finished. Okay? That's what I do to these monkey-faced dog barking bitches of Igor's lives don't matter. At 700 East 10 Mile Road, Centerline, Michigan, USA. Also known as America's Department of Homeland Security, FEMA contracted role-playing domestic terrorist for America's targeted kidnapping, human child organ labor, and Judeo-Christian Satanic occult ritual and sacrifice trafficking, murder, and international and domestic treasonous terrorism for purposes of America's human crucifixion, child butt-fucking rituals, and their human flesh-eating, human blood-drinking cannibalism. Because it's like President Putin said, the Americans are eating each other, but the vampire ball is over. Yes, they are eating each other for lunch in America, but the vampire ball is over. Okay, so I'm going to end this video now because I'm just going to upload the money. I've decided, okay, I've put way too much time and effort in to destroying the lives of Department of Defense, Metro PCS, and CIA Macomb County Corporate Council, U.S. Army private corporate military contracted KMG Prestige, and they're unimportant, worthless, useless role players. They're FEMA contracted role players that are a waste of the space that they take up on this earth, and they are a contamination to the air that the rest of us have to breathe. So as I told the Metro agent overseas, thanks God I wasn't talking to a dumb American. That's a good thing about Metro, is they've outsourced all their call center jobs overseas because Americans aren't smart enough to do them. So, after, you know, my storage was full on the external device that I was recording that call from yesterday. So, the listeners won't hear the whole last half hour of it, but we had decided, in light of all the damage I have done to their lives, and in light of the fact that they have drugged their own families and their own children into it, okay, and you know, it would really be a waste to throw that away now and go to another company. So I'm not going to the Total Wireless. However, when I got down there to the Metro store, where they are contracted under CIA, Macomb County Corporate Council, and these same terrorists here that this is against, they are sitting there basically in the last few days of being in their now empty store, because they are opening a location down the street. I don't know why this woman is staring a hole right at me. If looks could kill, I'd be dead. Okay, so we're just going to keep the camera on her, okay, see if that doesn't make her feel intimidated. Hey, this guy here, the reason I got my camera on him. So, while he sits here with his arrogant, smug face, all arrogant and ignorant. So I have decided, so I went in there, and they're there for like what is the last days of sitting in an empty Metro PCS store that they're no longer going to be operating, because they're opening up a Total Wireless at 15 and a half in Vandyke. Okay, so that would, there's something going on with that, and there's more backstory to it. Maybe those of you who listen to all these can put it together and figure it out. Okay, I'm not going to explain it right now, but I will. So I've decided, in light of all that, I'm going to stay with Metro. And I went all the way down there, and then they said that they're closing and switching to Total, which I was going to go with until yesterday, until I had the discussion that I had with the agent in Pakistan about what Macomb County Corporate Council and U.S. Army private corporate military contracted KMG Prestige did with their unlawful act of terrorism, and going into my account on DOD's end and switching my email address to their own at kmgprestige.com, except they made it will.collinskmgprestige.com, and they kidnapped Will Collins 2 years ago, and he's been trafficked into a Scientology center, being forced to commit the crimes that Macomb County Corporate Council, U.S. Army private corporate military contract at KMG Prestige are too coward to commit. So that's who they changed my email address out with his, and they changed my password. And I'm having too much fun exploiting them and exploiting America of their crimes of targeted kidnapping, trafficking, murder, and terrorism. So then when I got down there, I decided I'm not going to the Total, I'm staying with the Metro. And see, that threw a monkey wrench in it, because they've already gotten ahead. I mean, they already recruited this Babylonian Miriam over at the Total Wireless here at the corner of I think it's Engelman and Vandyke. Okay, they recruited her. I mean, she's the one with the big old silicone lips. Okay, that I swear it took everything I had. The big silicone lips that are bigger than her entire face, and it took everything I had not to take my stick pin out of my hijab and poke it just to see if they would deflate. Okay, it took everything I had. Looking at I can't tolerate looking at these clown bitches in this place anymore. I can't. These clown bitches with their 60-pound carpet weaves, with their 9-inch Donkey Kong glued on eyelashes, their lightning bolt Sharpie marker drawn on eyebrows, and their big old long-inch plastic daggers stuck on the end of their fingers like lethal weapons. Okay, these people are trifling, they are disgusting, and I can't tolerate it no more. And this is why I give these people absolutely no more respect or credibility that they never did deserve, and they are never ever getting any more respect or credibility out of me. Never. As far as I'm concerned, these people don't even have human rights because they're not humans. Okay? They're Neanderthal, Denisovan, animal hybrids. They're not humans, and they have no human rights. Okay, she's probably taking so long because she's probably one of them listening to me. So I'm trying to get my money and my card organized so I can put cash in the machine because I'm going to pay the Metro bill. See, I've decided, no, I'm not going to go with Total. I'm going to stay with Metro. I've accomplished way too much in destroying their lives, and I'm having way too much fun watching them dance and bark like the circle bitch dogs that they are. I'm having way too much fun with it. So when I got down there, and then they said, well, we're switching to Total. And then they tried to run their Babylonian corporate warfare on me, and which was completely different than what I have already discussed between the Total Wireless people here and the Metro PCS people overseas. Okay, and they wanted me to go down to $15.50 to their new store, and they were going to waive the activation fee for one device and all this. You know, no, thanks. That's okay. I don't want it. I've decided I'm going to stay with Metro. I've accomplished way too much in the damage of in damaging and destroying their personal lives to leave now. So that means my bill is due at midnight. So I'm putting the money in to pay that bill now. And I am going to wait until next